This is what we call the Cornerman's Lounge, where you did your training when you were here. Starting to go into the gym. I'm kind of waiting for the fans to go off. See here that we have our area that's over on the side that has our mirrors and a viewing area, so when we have guests come in, they don't have to actually be in the gym area. I don't know if this would it be doable for your area. I'm going to go ahead and go into the gym, excuse the noise. We've got unisex bathrooms. There we go. So we have a place for our boxers to put all their stuff. Have a place for drink bottles, but they bring a drink bottle so they're not scattered everywhere. On this side we have a coat rack so they can hang their coats. Place for community gloves for those that don't buy them. We recommend they do buy them. Mats, so people have a mat if they need it. On our wooden floor that's really vinyl, we have markings for certain things that we do so we can get people to line up. We use the mirrors to go ahead and to have people check their form. Also, as they can see their posture and stuff. Because we have a basketball hoop, we have basketballs, we incorporate that in the workout. We have community jump ropes. We have a Century bag that's a fold away. These are the more substantial bags that we talked about. They have a thick base up here at the top. Have a lot of travel. That's about 3 foot of travel. And they can be lowered to a point that you get to a wheelchair down here and then be able to raise it up. So we got about 3 or 4 of those. There's 6 of them now. Then we have the ones that are easy to adjust. Notice that we have different sized bags, and sometimes it's easier to learn how to box on a larger bag, and as you get better then you can go to a smaller bag. These have the crank design here. Actually turn the crank to take it up and down. Not as much travel. And then here are the Everlast bags. They're kind of the bare minimum that we have in the gym. These are also I think it's a fighting bag and set up. You'll find the challenge with doing any of these little turn pivots you have to use to adjust it. They just don't want to work well. They break and everything, so we've had to fabricate those a bit. This is the old speed bag that was brought down from Muncie. You can see it has a neat build to it. We come here, we have what we call a double-ended bag. Hangs from the bottom and hangs from the top. And the purpose of this bag is to get a little more action as you're hitting the bag, and it causes the ball to come back. Well, I actually have someone stand on the other side and try to catch it. That's a good thing, and gives you some feedback. We also have the light bags are Century. They're kind of a foam base that you can hit, but then they have a base down here that holds them in place. We also use these to tackle and other drills. If we need them to be stabilized, we'll actually put them up against a wall, or we'll get some bungee ropes and tie them to one of the posts here. We do kicking as part of our boxing, so we have some of the shorter bags here for kicking. Also, these are our foam on the outside, same as here. Be filled with water or sand. We come back here and we have this little guy here. I have to get the name of this for you. It's called a bond fit, and there's actually a special about those that Jessica just put up on the CMS. Now, this is what the gentleman donated to the gym for us to test it for him and give him some ideas for improvement. This is what's called the hitter system. He has 2 double-ended bags. Those could also be heavy bags. And I think at one time we actually had a heavy bag mounted up here and on the other far corner. So there was activity going all the way around this hitter system. What Tom and I were talking about, instead of having this here, you might be able to fabricate to put a speed bag. So this could be a four-sided speed bag that would help you with your space problem. But this is pretty heavy, so I don't know how strong your floor is there in your area, so you'd have to take that into consideration. We have our different size heavy bags. Heavy bag here is this what we call an uppercut bag. You notice it's kind of a teardrop, so you can get up under the bag and always hit it. It does a lot of swing. I call these silhouette bags. You come in and you can get good uppercuts because of the way that the bag holds under here. And then our standard boxing bags. We have this platform customly built. And then this is a water bag. I actually saw one of these in your gym. Looked like you had to patch it up. You have to be careful with those. In addition to that, we have our lever straps, which allow you to get some tension, pull back, pull your own body weight up. We also have these that provide tension. We'll actually take one of these bands and attach it to the pull-up rail for people to do an assisted pull-up. We talked about doing the bicycles that we recommend, the Aerodyne bikes, because they're movable. They're almost no maintenance. And the boxers get a dual workout from the top using their hands and then also their legs. Then for the folks that we have that have back issues that need a recumbent bike, we still have a couple of those around. And we have, of course, this good old guy here for the, I'll get to the name of that in a minute, I can't think of it. We have these rowing machines. It seems like nobody uses them, so I think we're probably going to replace them. I kind of call them the washing machine effect. When you pull on it, it actually has a motion where it actually pulls, and that's where you get your resistance. So donated the parallel bars here, and those I think are going to be leaving us because we really don't use them that much. This is a piece of equipment we got for our 3s and 4s. Some of our 2s use it. It's called a new step, and they can actually go through and take them and rotate around to where they are. It has adjustable grips here to where they can take the handles in and out. And the pedals are adjustable as well, so it gives them a chance to get a good workout. We're starting to pull away from doing our treadmills, but we do have our treadmills set up so that, except for this temporarily being here, they don't face the back, or they don't face out from a wall, so if they lose their balance and they pop off the wall. We have our weight room here, and I notice you have a lot of weights. We have to make sure that our weights room meets ADA compliance as far as spacing, so that our boxers can get to and from a piece of equipment without having to worry about falling, and if they do fall, they can catch themselves on something. We'll do a part of it, maybe split a class in half, do part of the workout here, and the other half's working on the outside in the main area here. Hula hoops, a lot of fun. And here's all the PVC pipe. Just go to Lowe's and buy 5-foot PVC. You'll be good to go. These were the medicine balls we were talking about. They actually have grips on the side, so you get a good grip to them. And they're about 8 pounds, but they're kind of cushy. We have a lot of times with posture, so we launch these backwards. These are we use these a little bit for slamming, passing, typical things you do with a medicine ball. Have some fun stuff. We use these guys in addition to being what we throw. We can also use these placed on the ground and have them step in it, making ourselves a little bit of an obstacle course. We have them take and bounce the balls as they walk through, so they can go through. Hand-eye coordination and also agility. The medicine balls have the grips. We do football tosses in here where we'll go through the gym and be running back and forth and then passing footballs to and from each other. Have the pads where our boxers can bump up against the coach or whoever's holding it. They can punch on it. The noodles here are a lot of fun for the 3 and 4s. We do those and a lot of different things. You'd be surprised what you can do with these. You can actually use these for ducking, to have the boxer actually duck as they and come down and move over as they go through their exercise, so they learn not to just stand still. For our old gym bags, we put them on the ground to do ground and pound. Have our Bonsu rack here with our Bonsu balls. Our gym, the ring here was a spare ring from Madison Square Garden, so we actually have it to our setup size. Looks like we're going to do some weights out here in the gym for this workout today. The battle ropes, kind of see what they're doing here for this workout. Got mats all set up. First aid area and a kit area for the coaches to put their stuff. You want to make sure that you have your own area for first aid that's accessible. And everybody knows about it, but only the coaches need to actually administer any first aid. This is our setup for our sound system. We actually use an iPad connected to a splitter. This splits out to a sound system, and then the HDMI connects to the TVs. So the sound's coming out of the sound system and not the TVs. Get yourself a whiteboard, and then you can go in and write up the actual what's going to be done for that day and review it with your class. And then we cover it through. Forgot to give you so that kind of does this walkthrough, kind of down and dirty what we got here. We did have one of our boxers go through and do this, where you can roll up your hand wraps, but you can get the ones on all the way out to Tidal and Celsius. Then we have this red phone here for emergencies here in the gym. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.